passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night, when the crowd fades away, he's the echo of hope at the end of the day. With a heart full of dreams and a voice full of soul, he's the heartbeat of sports, making us whole. Sports talk we blush, where the passion runs deep.
What's going on, family? What's going on? Hey, you're watching Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. Only thing I ask that you do, coming in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Tonight, I will have an exciting show once again this week. Hey, it's Thursday night. Let's rock. And I'm asking that each and one of you to participate in the chat along the way. I got Greg said it, and I got JR Boxing. And tonight, we getting ready to talk about Deion Sanders, the head coach of the Colorado football team. Is Colorado rebuilding or reloading? Let's bring the guys up, and we finna get into the show. All right? All right. My dog, JR Boxing. What's going on, my brother?
What up, B. Watt?
What's up, bro? What's going on, man? Let me find Greg right quick. There it is. Waiting on him. But JR, how was your week, man?
Week was good, man. I can't complain. Cannot complain. The weather was a little dreary out here in North Carolina. We had last week, weather was warm. And then all of a sudden this week, we got a little cold storm that came through, dropped a lot of rain. So today it rained for the most part. Other than that, I can't complain, man. Family safe, all in good health, so I cannot complain, sir.
That's good, bro. That's good. Want to say hello to Miss Johnson, Miss Selma Johnson, faithful one. Appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Also want to say hello to Duke and Miss Phyllis Smith, faithful one. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us tonight. My dog, Tim. What's going on, my brother? Another faithful one, always rocking with us. Appreciate it. If y'all got a question that y'all would like the panel to answer, drop it in the comment section and we'll get it to them. I guess we're just waiting on Greg. I see him backstage. I guess he's busy. Let's get into the show, big dog.
We don't need Greg to do it with me. The people come to see me, man.
Hey, you right. I can't argue with you. I cannot argue with you on that one. You even hear me to argue, which I know. Look, JR, when you look at Colorado, oh boy, God, this London zone. Well, yeah, well, that JR, y'all. This JR, he the star of the show. Check this out, JR. When you look at Colorado and Coach Prime football team in 2025, we have to remind ourselves, and the chat also, we have to remind ourselves, we lost a Heisman Trophy winner. We lost one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Well, the best to me. I know that's just my opinion. I know other people might have different opinions, but when you lose those type of players, those are generation players, and it's hard to replace them, especially in college football. I have to remind myself, Colorado team ain't the only team that's trying to get better and will be better for this year coming up. I know other teams are making moves, coaches move, getting that transfer portal, just like Colorado is. But when you look at Colorado, it's a unique team, unique situation. We got three Hall of Famers as the coaches on the staff right now, and look like Coach Prime might be trying to add another one. But saying that, the question I want to know is, are we rebuilding or are we reloading? Now, when I looked at Reach the People today, I saw the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Swayze. He had the guys now working out and everything, and he said something interesting to me. He said, we can't be lazy as a football team. And then he said, I know you're not lazy because I've been watching you. And he also said, according to the video, if you run a 4-4 today, I expect you to run a 4-4 every time we see each other. If you run a 4-5, I expect you to run a 4-5 all the time. Well, when he got through saying that all the time, it was a certain quarterback. I ain't calling no name. He said, what if you run a 4-2? Swayze stopped that. Okay. He started laughing. That can't talk to something else, boy. He gonna be something else. But the question is, like I say, and I want the chat, I want y'all to follow along too. I'm gonna ask y'all this question too. Is Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and the Colorado football team reloading or rebuilding? Go ahead, JR.
Man, D-Watch, that's a good one. Uh, I'm gonna use a little bit of both,
It
and
gotta
I'll
be both. That's
explain.
me. It's both. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll explain. I'll use a little bit of both. I'll say, let me speak to the reloading aspect. Um, when Coach Prime took over the program, some of the talent that he immediately brought in was the skill position guys. We're talking about guys like Jimmy Horn. The following year, you bring in LaJohntay Wester, Will Shepherd. You had Xavier Weaver. And then even in the recruiting aspect, recruiting Omarion Miller, as Harge, a lot of skill position players that made the game exciting. And of course, the star of the show, bringing Travis Hunter with you from Jackson State. Those skill positions were so talented. For me, it's just easy to reload in those areas, the skill positions from defensive back, wide receiver. But some of the areas when I think about a rebuild, I look at the trenches. The first year, I don't even want to go back to that first year when we talk about the trenches. But the second year, we saw a rebuild. We saw a vast improvement from that offensive line. But now we've seen some of those players move on, whether it be the portal, whether it be graduating, going on to the NFL, so on and so forth. So I look at the trenches again, specifically the offensive line, and I think a rebuild because the young men that we're bringing in, we may be high on them, but like we talked about Tuesday, we still got to see how it looking past. We were high on several players last year, and throughout the season, some things just didn't work out via injury, via skill wise when it comes to the trenches, all kind of things like that. So if I could cheat a little bit, I'm gonna use both. I'm gonna say it falls within both of those categories. But I am excited about the direction of the program, like everybody. I think we're all excited about it, and I'm definitely excited about the direction of the program. But if I were to have to pick one, I can't. I have to pick both. It has to be both for me.
What's up, Greg?
What's going on?
Greg, what up?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man? We talking about is Colorado rebuilding or reloading? What you think?
I mean, if I had to choose a word, it would be a reload. It's a couple things that I noticed. I like the new strength coach because I like the way he talked that talk. Right, he talked like this, and he put them little psychology on it. I like because that's what they were missing. I mean, they was very absent-minded the last couple of years. A lot of talent, but a lot of absent-minded and thoughtlessness. And you know what he did? It's got to be my guy. We must be distant because you see he cut that music off. Didn't I tell y'all cut that music off? You see? Have you noticed that, B. Watts?
Oh yeah, I told Coach Ray that last Sunday. He's telling that music. He don't play that shit. Do stuff in that no
And the
more.
music, how many times I said it, JR? I know you remember how many times I said it. I said they cut that doggone music off because it's something ain't connecting. They're not focused. They cut that music off at practice. I started saying that halfway through the season because it's like ADHD. And then they go jump their butt off sides, forget assignments. It's a certain way you program the mind. And this guy right here is a psychologist. Everything he's doing, he's coming from psychological, from how they practice and how they focus and the mindset. He's teaching them how to think. That's called a reload. When you look at, they don't have the big names because they don't have the brothers and that's what's going to sneak up on a lot of people because they will assume this team is less talented. They would assume that because you don't know the name of these people, but they going to smack some people in the mouth because I know that y'all was in the little chat talking about my linebacker crew. I've been talking about that linebacker crew. They lifting a little different. You see how they lifting? It's like, they used to blow the whistle. Beep, beep, beep. It's like, it's different. You really pay attention if people who've been here compare how they lifting. It's like they looking bigger already. Look at the running backs. I kept saying they need to put some muscle. And I talk about the muscles, them arms and the running backs. They already looking, Hayden looking chunky. Augusta don't when it got chunky. Welch don't got chunkier. You look at Amarion Miller, he really feeling himself. These boys gonna be bigger. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be faster. They're going to be more well-polished. I don't have to see the weights to know that. I mean, I don't have to see them get in the field to know that because I have enough comparison. It's just the chemistry and how it's synchronized. That's going to be the key, how they play together.
Okay. And Philly said, did y'all see the depth chart? I haven't seen no depth chart in Philly. I haven't. I don't know about JR though. I'm trying to figure why they got a depth chart right now anyway. But also I want to talk about that was a good answer. Like I said, I think it's gonna be both. They're both. They reloading and they rebuilding because when you lose those type of players that we don't lose, yeah, it can go for both ways. Well, the defensive line coach has left. D. Lou going back to Miami. What's y'all thought on that? JR?
I mean, it's a part of the business. When you look at the position coaches and you look at their resumes and then you look at the length of year associated with universities or NFL programs, organizations, we're talking about, 2 years. Unfortunate for us, D. Lou was only with us for a year. But that's pretty status quo for position coaches to, kind of move around. For D. Lou, alma mater being the University of Miami, it's a homecoming for him. How can you say no to a place that helped grow you as an athlete? So how can you say no to that? So I give nothing but flowers for the journey of all position coaches, but more specifically the coach D. Lou, because You know, that could have been a bucket list dream job. You know, all of us kind of have like dream jobs or bucket list places or something that we want to do. So if you get a chance to check something off on a bucket list or fulfill a dream, you have to jump at the opportunity. Uh, so the closeness of the coaching staff with D-Lou, Coach Sapp, Coach Prime, the familiarity, you know, that goes a long way. But at the same time, I completely understand going back to a university, to an organization that helped grow you as a player, to make that university, you know, name prominent again, dominant again, whatever word you want to use. So, I mean, I'm happy for him. But again, it's business. So you look at those coaching resumes; they move quite, you know, frequently. So it happens with all the universities. Ohio State lost both of their coordinators, so it happens.
What you think about it, Greg? I heard Uncle Neely say, "Hey, announcement coming out sometime this week or next week with a new O-line coach, and they're gonna blow people's minds away." What you think about D-Lou?
Well, there's two parts to that. Anybody who follow me already know I blame Bucky. It's Bucky's fault. Bucky is the one who did this to the team, right? Got to think about it, right? Bucky got that little camera he go around with, and he, you know, he got like 500,000 subscribers. Everybody watching the game. The game sold out. Everybody watching, right? So when you put that guy on camera and they get to see the personality, that's an interview right there. They see day after day. We got the week. Bucky even goes so far to do little snippets and shorts and all these personalized videos and all that content get to the coaches. They get ideas. They be like, I wonder how that will look in our uniform. And then they go stealing our coaches. You know, they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes without that insight. You know, so people start fantasizing over our staff. I bet they salivating over Robert Livingston right now too. Ooh, what he can do for us. You
Well, he
know,
turned down 2 jobs. I got a text message today,
well,
and
I know, but I'm
Neely
saying
said
they
this.
salivating over him because
Yeah,
everything just looks so good. It's like OnlyFans football. You know, they just get to just latch on to our coaches and our players, man. They can really just fall in love. But at the same time, I also said you ain't really seen the treasure chest. Is really this is what Coach Prime is doing. I did a video about a day or so ago about this. What's really about to happen? You see, Michael Vick got a job. Deshaun, shoot, they about ready to steal Eddie George if the NFL don't get him first. People starting to realize, one, these guys can coach. Two, all them guys in hibernation, all them guys who gave up on their hope of coaching, or suddenly getting a bright idea. Maybe I can do that. All these guys gonna come out like that. What that movie, The Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come. All these guys, all these NFL guys, because there's millions of them out there, right there. I mean, you look at from the 70s, 60s, all the way up. You got NFL teams with players who played on some level, right? Some of these guys gonna start feeling like, I feel like I can do that. So he got a abundance of people to choose from who has a reputation and experience that other coaching staffs just can't tap into. They don't have a relationship with these people. So it ain't nothing for him to go pull out another top tier D line or Hall of Famer. It ain't nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I heard that wasn't finna happen. I heard that wasn't finna happen, big dog. Jr. When we look at the offensive line, Coach Garner, Gerard, and George Hageman, what's your expectation of their coaching to coach up the offensive line? But right now, only person I see starting on the offensive line is going to be Jordan C. So, what are your expectations on the offensive line coming into 2025, getting ready for this spring?
Let me go back to something Greg said real fast. And that OnlyFans reference, Greg,
It just came.
that's wild, man.
I don't know.
Hey, I jumped over that.
That's wild.
You know,
But for the O line, look, if you watch the show, look, I wasn't a fan of Gunnar White being hired. I'll just put it out there. All right. And probably several other people that weren't a fan of Gunnar White being hired. To my own ignorance, I don't know Gunnar White's pedigree, right? So I did my research, kind of look back, kind of see how he came up and things like that. And at some point you have to, receive a promotion. I would hope people that work in their jobs for years at a time, you're working towards something, right? So for Gunnar White, he's obviously working towards something. So as far as his pedigree goes, I see how he's been entrenched with Coach Prime throughout the process. He made a pit stop a few places, and then he kind of still circled back to Coach Prime at the University of Colorado. So that type of loyalty, that's something to be appreciated and admired. I had to go back and remind myself, for Coach Rob Livingston, man, he was with the Bengals for 9 years. And he kind of went through, just a few positions as defensive back coach. Well, he started like at the bottom. Then he, worked his way up to the defensive back coach. And then eventually, got himself a position as a defensive coordinator. So, I mean, that's just a part of it. Would I have liked to see a spicy big name hire, something like that? Sure. Would I have liked to see somebody with an NFL pedigree to be leading the room? Sure. But I think the people that you surround yourself and you insulate yourself with by hiring Andre Gerard, by having Big George up there, those are great sounding boards of information and knowledge to be spread out throughout that room. Sure, the voice will be Gunnar White's, but that's still great wealth of knowledge that Gunnar White can lean on and, pick up things or two to integrate into his coaching style. So we will see what the hire is, but I like the support pieces that have been brought along with Gunnar White, because one thing you don't want to do is put somebody in a position and then allow them to fail by not giving them the support that they need. And I see that Coach Prime definitely gave Gunnar White the support that he needs, because the promotion was well earned as far as his path that he has taken with Coach Prime. So, I got to go back and eat my own crow, people in the chat. So yeah, I like it. I like the well-roundedness of the room. So again, and Coach Prime, we trust.
yeah. I mean, he's gonna have a chance to prove himself. Then they probably gonna be trying to steal him next. I mean, that's how it's gonna go. He's gonna have the opportunity to be a guy who prove, and he more than likely will. I got a feeling that the Dolphins line, because I think y'all kind of glanced over. Somebody asked a question. I don't know, it was Selma. She said, "Is it a correlation between training and injuries?" And I know we talked about that a few shows ago. We kind of, it absolutely is, because the development of your body that you're doing, like he said, is going to determine how you're going to perform. Because you're building these muscles to protect you from you running into people. But stretching and all that warm up also plays a part in that. Now, I do think Coach Mo did a good job with that. But when you think about this team, is going to be better because of what they're doing right now. I think the offensive line are going to be stronger. I think they got something going on because people getting bigger. So they must have been, either heard what I said, or they're doing somebody eating right around there. So I think at the end of the day, I think that's what's going to translate and be the difference. Scheme is going to matter, but the athletic ability of those linemen to not just get bullied at the point of contact and be able to pull and stuff like that. That's the stuff going on now. You can't, if you're not in shape, if you're not athletic as a lineman, then they just gonna run over you. It don't matter what the coach calls. Even Warren Sapp talk about that. So I think that right there is going to be the difference. Their training, and I think they do have better quality linemen. So by default, they can make him look good, and he gonna have help. So
Okay. All right. Yeah. Bring another Hall of Fame in running back, Marshall Faulk. What will his impact be over that running back room, and which running back you think will benefit from having Marshall Faulk the most in your eyesight?
Look, let me tell my people in the chat first. I don't care what Uncle Steve say. I don't care what Greg say. Coach Dre say. JR said it first. Y'all notice that none of them running backs get in that portal. I'm telling you, doing those exit meetings, they told those young men that, hey, this is in the works. We're bringing in somebody that's going to give you all the knowledge, the expertise, the opportunity to excel, as well as the dynamics of the offense. In my opinion, this is just my own thoughts. I don't know no insider information, but the dynamics of the offense will be changed, will benefit or will suit your abilities in the running game. So for me, Marshall Faulk, it brings a level of excitement to know how dynamic those running backs can be. You can sit there and you can pinpoint like certain points throughout the season, few and far in between, but there were certain points throughout the season where you're like, oh man, he got it, or it's there, but we just need to see a little bit more of it. My immediate thought process goes to Augustus when he broke like that 40, 50-yard run. Like it was there. One cut, boom, foot in the ground, he hit the hole, was gone. So that has me excited to know that more of that could be on the horizon for the program with a hire like Marshall Faulk. Somebody that was great in the run game, amazing in the pass game. So though it's nothing but up for that running back room. Literally nothing but up. Like nobody left. And honestly, I don't see any departures like come to spring portal. I don't see anybody departing that room. Now, do I see them possibly adding to the room? Yes, but I don't see any like departures leaving from that room. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. And Marshall Faulk, the knowledge and the experience, that gold jacket, that means a lot. But bringing that type of mindset in, that type of knowledge and experience as a player, something that you can teach, certain intangibles that could be passed along to these young men, that's going to be very exciting to see. So that's a slam dunk hire with Marshall Faulk, for real. It's a slam dunk hire.
I mean, based on what I'm seeing, like I mentioned, I see other people mention about how these boys are getting bigger already. And there's no excuse, man. I mean, you got that good food, you got that good weight room there. People don't realize it. If you eat right and you're working out, you're gonna develop, especially at that age. They got all them little protein drinks and all that in the cooler on the way out the door. Yeah, man, you can put on 15 pounds in a couple months or eating and doing that. So I like the way Augusta is looking, and he has to be that big back. I said it last year. He was like 215 lean. I said he gotta be 225, 230. He gotta be that guy, or you're gonna go find him. And he's already look like he at least 220 something now. So he need to keep going, because like I said, you start cutting weight once you put those pads on. And he need to keep building. But if he can get up to at least 225, you're gonna need that big back. Everybody can't be the same size. I mean, you got the other guys, they the same height, but they all gonna be around about 215. When you look at little Hayden might get to 220 the way he looking. Hood can probably get to 220 at some point. So if them boys continue to put on that weight, you gonna see the difference in the run game, and he gonna be able to use them. because they're gonna be able to block better. The confidence gonna be better. All the other running backs in the conference wasn't little. Cincinnati running back one little, Kansas running back one little, Texas Tech running back one little, Kansas State running back one little. Nobody running back was little. I think probably the smallest running back we seen probably was at Arizona. So you gotta get that weight up. And I think once they get that weight up, we'll better effectively use them and stuff that Marshall Faulk he's gonna have some tools. So I think again, what he brings to the table is only gonna be good as their body's being ready for it. Yeah, you're gonna have, just like you seen last year, people gonna have ankle injuries, knee injuries, you name it, shoulder, and you're gonna need them running backs. I know a lot of people that 2-3 running backs. You're gonna need 4-5 running backs before it's all said and done. So it's good that they have those running backs, and nobody need to go nowhere. What they got, like 6 with Charlie?
Yeah.
So they gonna need those running backs because somebody gonna have to bang it out on the scout team. So yeah, they're in a good place, especially if they're all developing. And then I think at that point he'll be able to kind of mold and see who has what from there.
My question is, help me out, chat. Y'all started off. Dan go to JR and Greg. Will Marshall Faulk be a part of the game planning when they sit down and put that game plan together for Georgia Tech that first game? Will he have a voice about how he want to run the football and who should start? Will he have a voice in that game planning time? Chat, JR.
Absolutely. You don't bring someone in of that status when it comes to, football and not have that voice be a part of the game plan. Like, to me, that would just make no sense for there not to be a collaborative effort from the offensive coordinator to the running backs coach with so much knowledge there. I mean, between Pat Shurmur and just Marshall Faulk right there, you talking about well over roughly about 60 years of NFL experience, if I'm just, off the top of the dome. So that something like that, man. I mean, you have to incorporate somebody of that status into the game plan. Marshall Faulk, to me, would definitely have a voice to say, hey, we need to get my boys the ball. Especially if that offensive line is rolling. It has to be a yes. To me, that just makes sense. It just makes too much sense to bring him in and have him be a voice in that system. It just makes too much sense to me, B. Watts. So yes.
I mean, it'll definitely be disrespectful otherwise. I mean, you bring a guy in and just let him go sit in the corner. And they say that everybody have a voice. That's what's said. They say they get at the round table and everybody throw out their ideas. I think that people they do blame Shedeur, but I think by default, you're going to run more. Now, how much more? You're going to run more. Your quarterback going to run more. I mean, yeah. So I think that Marshall Faulk going to have, because Marshall Faulk is also part of the pass too. It's not like he's only dealing with the run. He has to deal with the pass block. So by default, what I want to see, now I know we ain't discussing this, y'all discussed it recently. What I want to see when it comes to Marshall Faulk is his contribution to the running backs in the pass game. Like, we really, really, really did a piss poor job in the usage of our running backs. It's like playing with one arm. We did a horrible job with the usage of our tight ends, which I understand we had tight ends with 2 left feet. We got better tight ends this year. We got at least 2-3 of them. But the running backs out the backfield, it was almost like they didn't even have to worry about them. It was not, they wide open, doing jumping jacks. Like the kids, clapping at the top. Like, what in the world is going on? You ain't helping yourself. You getting blitzed, and you not making nobody have to go out. They can just load up here. Man, you better make someone have to go out there. That'll help alleviate some of the pressure off your line. You put some. That's where I go back to Hodge. You put that speed out there, like that's one thing we had with Dylan Edwards. When he went out there, they were worried. And after that first game, and we didn't even use him right. So when we can start get some speed, some Brandon Hood, he had to go in for some plays like that and get him out the backfield, some swing passes, some what, and make you think, hey, you better pay attention because he get out there, you ain't catching him. That's what gotta happen. So I'm looking forward to see not just the run, but the pass, because Marshall Faulk catch it out the backfield.
All right. Let's see what we got here for JR to start me off right here. All right, chat. Y'all help me out. Help me out, chat. Y'all start it off. Breakout player on the special team this year in 2025. Talk to me, JR. Who will be that breakout player for that special team?
Man, if it's not the kicker, Buck Buchanan, who else? I'm talking about I want to see some 55-yard made field goals. I ain't playing with them. Like, look, hey, shout out to Mata and everything like that. But we talking about Bigfoot. I want to see some 55-yard field goals if needed. And on the kickoff, I mean, if we in Colorado for sure, that thing better be going out of the end zone. So to me, it has to be Buck Buchanan. It has to be that young man. I believe he came from like La Tech or something like that. I did a little deep dive on him. Big leg, good distance on his field goal. Multiple. When I talk about multiple, I'm talking about up in the range of like 40 plus touchbacks in a year. So that to me, that's hands down. Buck Buchanan should be like our special teams savior or whatever. Because that special teams affects so much of the game when it comes to play calling, things like that, how aggressive you can be in certain areas of the field. If you know you got a kicker with range, you can be aggressive because you know, all right, well, we good from at least 45 out. We good from 50 out. Things like that. Field position when it comes to kicking the ball off for the other team. So to me, it's Buck Buchanan. Hands down, that's my pick. The young man from La Tech with the big foot.
I mean, you can always go with that. I would say a lot of people out there, I want to see what Cam Michael do out there. I want to see him at like a punt return. I mean, he owes us for a year. I know he ready to get out there. And we see the speed, he Usain Bolt Auguste, but we give Auguste some credit because he don't put about 30 pounds on. So we work with him. But Cam Michael on we lost two other people. I mean, Hood got back there a little bit. We lost Jimmy, who's supposed to be the guy. He came as the guy. We lost Wester, who came as a special teams guy. And they pretty much ran it for the last couple of years. So I would like to see Cam Michael on some of these returns. That's what I'm thinking, that it'll have to be that next guy up.
That's a good pick. Hey, got a question. Help me out, Jack. Y'all slipping tonight. Come on, help me out, Jack. Who will be the surprise player to hit the transfer portal for Colorado this year? And I'm going to let you know mine right now starting out the gate. It's going to be Isaiah Augusta. He'll be the running back that hit that transfer portal because Marshall Faulk going to identify two running backs that remind him of him. It's going to be the running back that started off, Dalen Hayden, and he's going to recognize Hood. There's the two running backs that they going to run with. You heard it right here first. Isaiah Augusta.
Inside information out.
Isaiah Augusta will be the surprise player to hit the transfer portal along with the quarterback, the second string quarterback last year. The second, what his name?
Star.
Him and Star will be. So, JR, who will be your surprise player to hit that transfer portal? Chat, y'all help me out.
If I were to say
the reason I'm saying Dalen Hayden gonna be that running back, Marshall Faulk recognize this dude. He's big, low to the ground. He blocked. If you ain't got no running back, don't block. Just like Marshall Faulk used to do. He ain't to
Gotcha.
pick you. And he can catch the ball out of the backfield better than any one of them. He displayed it last year. Talk to me, JR.
Shoot, dang, a surprise. To me, it's probably gonna be one of the defensive tackles. If I were to go with like a Torian Carter or what's his name, Webb Walker, like it'd be like one of them guys right there. That defensive line is so stacked, and if you're not in that too deep rotation, yeah, I could easily see you falling to the wayside if you ain't in a too deep rotation. So I'm gonna pick somebody off the D line. I go with like a Torian Carter or something like that. Hey, come on, B Watts, man.
I said the surprise player.
Man, hey, delete that one. Hey, go back and delete that one out for the
They
playback.
put you in the portal. They put you in the portal, JR.
They told JR
Oh,
going
I'm
to
in
get
the
that
portal.
for.
Yeah, they put you in the portal.
All right, y'all.
He told JR go hit the floor. What you think, Greg? Who you think, Greg?
I think it's Starbucks gonna go. He should have been gone. Where you finna go in the middle of the season to get a starting spot? You gonna be backing somebody up again? He should have been gone. He should have been gone. He should have left with Shedeur. And then, I don't think Augusta going because I just told you you're gonna need several running backs because they're gonna get hurt, and you're gonna need some variety. We already got a bunch of short little dwarf running backs. Like everybody can't be all Marshall Faulks. We gotta have some big boys to pound that thing. Yeah, he the biggest thing we got. So he need to go put on another 10 pounds and be that big running back. That silly boy from what's his name? Last year went down to Ole Miss. Amos messed us up. He messed up our championship when he went down there to Ole Miss to ride the bench. We need that big body. I would say Hayden probably need to go. Because him, I don't know. It's gonna be tough for him because Welch got a little more bounce. Hood ready to play. So if anybody would lead, I would say it would be him. And people say JB, I would laugh because I think JB gonna have to get up out of there. We got to hit the portal again. He said, I tried. I don't do my fishing videos. Where he getting in there? He ain't coming off the edge, JR. In that linebacker room, it's gonna be a little stubborn. You got the big beefy boys coming now. You got Weston, and we're gonna see him in pass. But let's see what Weston looking like. And we looking at we got Hughes, we got French. Them boys gonna be playing. You still got Weston down. He been eating his little Wheaties. He said, let me get in there. He had them little arms too, and he been in the weight room. He gonna put on a good 10, 15 pounds. And then you got doggone Montrez Walker coming in, and he gonna rival. But he's 6'2", 230. Okay, he young, but he coming to hit. Hood from last year, and he was top guy in Alabama. He said, hold on, I ain't finna sit on this bench too long. Then you still got Goldberg. Them true linebackers, not converted linebackers. Them true linebackers. He was converted, come back there. If he didn't make it last year, this room gonna have more depth this year. He gonna have to figure it out. He can't go back to the edge. I mean, he'll be better off on the edge than in the linebacker.
All right, that's a good point. I just want to hear what y'all say because it's gonna be one or two to hit it. I can need to tell me that. All right, here we go. Help me out, chat. Who will be the breakout player on the offense in 2025? Put your answer down there in the chat. Want to hear from you? Start me off, JR.
The breakout player for me, it's gonna be Marion Miller. Look, he is so ready to put a stamp on the game of college football. He ready. Like, he ready. You heard what he told Shedeur. He said, man, this my, this my team now, man. This my thing. I'm gonna keep it going. Like, he understands that. So for me, it's Omarion Miller. We've seen it, man. We've seen it from the well-off, clips from him dusting, jumping over boys, going head to head with Travis in the practice clips. We've seen it his freshman year as a true freshman against USC. We've seen him bellas out against Kansas State before he got injured. Like, we've seen the production there. So now the opportunity to be on the field at all times, there's nowhere for O to go but up. So for me, the breakout will be for O. I'm thinking like between 800 to 1,000 yards, like off rip. Like, he has that type of dynamic ability. So if he gets any amount of touches, if he gets 4 or 5 targets a game, like, he's putting up yards. So to me, it's O Miller. Shout out to O, man. See you in that weight room, boy, too. You look good, man.
He definitely bigger and stronger, and so that should help to an extent. I hope he's working on his top end speed and stuff like that, because he got a lot of speedsters behind him. And I would say it got to be nobody but your guy, the guy who filling in the biggest shoes on the team. It got to be Salter at quarterback. He has no choice. He gonna do it, and he have no choice. He's gonna have to carry that offense, and I think he gonna be the one that can fill in the gaps when the running backs is tripping and when the receivers is tipping. He gonna have to, or vice versa. He gonna have to be that guy who keep the ball moving on his feet. If his arm not doing it, we see Jalen Daniels and all those guys do in the NFL. They can put the game on their back. They're gonna take a lot of pressure off the O-line. They'll take a lot of pressure off of. Let me tell y'all something. The running backs, everybody gonna benefit. When I was in high school, the only position I never played was quarterback. Believe that. And I played every single position on the football field except quarterback. The crazy part about it was I played baseball my whole life. I could have easily played it. But I didn't want to play quarterback because when I got to high school, them boys didn't block worth of crap, right? But we had a quarterback the year before me, and he was dynamic. But guess what he did? He couldn't drop back and pass. They were going to destroy him. He was basically a running back at quarterback, and he'll tear teams up. But if he tried to be like a running back by himself, it wouldn't work. One of the easiest positions to damage a team, if you're an athlete, is a quarterback that can run the ball, because you really unaccounted for. You'll say, well, why don't it just be a running back? It don't look the same when they line up at running back. But when they got that option to throw a run, and you ain't, the quarterback can do damage. We ain't really seen it because Shedeur did it when he want to. It wasn't consistent. Some games he said I'm different to take off, and sometimes a little awkward. He come down on his knee. He get his head knocked in. He slide in upside down slide. But when we get to see a true quarterback that's really moving like that, it's gonna be something to see. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's a good point there. That's a good point, Greg. That's the one I was going with too, K Salter. I think he's a game changer. He can put the pressure on the defense, man. Anytime you got a quarterback that can run, man, he can make your offense look better than they really, really are.
Yeah.
Because he can add to that run. He's gonna add. If he starts, I'm not saying he's gonna start. That's who I want to start. But Coach Prime might have a different opinion of me, and I'm sure he's gonna come down to the competition. But if he does start, and he go out there and do what I expect him to do, especially what he did at Liberty 2 years ago, oh yeah, he on his way. That offensive line gonna like him, and plus you can tell already the team is coming more adapt to him, and he got a little arrogance about himself. Swayze said, "I need you to run a 4-5. If you start off running a 4-5, run it. I need you to run it every time. If you run a 4-4 every time, I need you to run it all the time." Yeah, he said, "What about a 4-2?" He got a little boy. He got a little arrogant about himself, and plus, man, then you got Cam Michael, man. I think he got the potential. Cam Michael got the potential to have a breakout season. So I'm looking at those two on the offensive side. But
these people comments is horrible, man.
when you look at the tight end room, we're gonna look at the tight end room. How we gonna look at that, JR?
The tight end room, to me, it's kind of wide open. As far as like who could be the guy, you would think Atkins coming in with the most experience could be the guy, but look, they had like 4 or 5 tight ends on the roster last year.
But they weren't really tight ends. At least 2, 3 of them weren't really tight ends.
Yeah, they converted linebacker or converted defensive end or something like that. But you would think Atkins would be the guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get one of those true freshmen out there, starting the year off. That's probably like the place where, to me, it's unsolidified of like who could be a starter at the beginning of the year. I don't know how Atkins blocks or fits in the blocking scheme or something like that. I don't know how he fits in the pass scheme. The same could be said for the true freshmen that are brought in. So to me, it's kind of wide open. But if I were to give a notch to anybody, I mean, it would be Atkins, just based off of collegiate experience, that he could come in and kind of be the guy to start it off for the year. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those true freshmen start that year off there as a at the tight end position. I would not be surprised at all. Be honest.
I don't knock no conversion. They just wasn't true. Clearly, Smalls with the 2 left feet was not a true tight end. And when I say true tight end, I'm just talking about like how you move, how you play, and height and size. Everybody else had the prototypical tight end, 6'6", 250. Everybody else had that. That's what hurt Shedeur a lot. When Jackson State, Shedeur had good tight ends. Really, one of them that stayed could have came. Was it Stevens? He had some athletic tight ends. And Colorado, they gave him Harrison his first year, and look what he was able to turn. He really made Harrison what it was. Harrison wasn't even, he didn't do it the year before. He was a receiver. He really plays well with tight ends. I hope you get that NFL. People don't talk about that. When you took that tight end away from Shedeur, that really took some of the options away, just from the variety. He does well with it. And last year we had a good tight end. The only one that was a good tight end, Hart, got hurt. Then you brought in a couple more. I think that the couple with that, and then you say some true freshmen, whatever. I think they're gonna need to play at least 2 to 3 tight ends, like everybody else do. Like, what's this whole, like everybody else rotating tight ends, even in the pros, they ain't playing no 1 or 2. They bringing in tight ends down there like receivers. So I'm thinking that we're looking at who gonna start, whatever. Them boys that came in plus Hart, they all need to play because they need to be fresh, not only for blocking but running routes. And we need somebody that has the ability to do both. We need somebody that can help protect the quarterback and then still slide out there when that running back think it's sweet and slide right there where he left at and make him say, "Nah, you're gonna stay your butt back there. You're gonna stay back there, linebacker, and do your job. You just not gonna load up the line." Colorado couldn't do that. They drag them right there, drag. Every time we think we getting pressure on the quarterback, they dump it right there. Why we ain't doing that? We need them tight ends. We need at least three tight ends. We need at least 3 to 4 running backs. We can act like who's gonna be the 1 or 2. We need depth and all those dishes because injuries happen and you need them.
JR, who's gonna be that breakout player on the defensive side, 2025?
Look, y'all done heard me say his name enough.
I got Colton Hood.
Carter Stoutmire. That's who's gonna be the breakout. Look, everybody, get off Carter Stoutmire's back. He gonna be the breakout guy for that defense next year. Some things that is brought to my attention, like Carter Stoutmire was a standout on the special teams as a gunner on the special teams, on the kickoff. He was down there making a lot of the tackles. When he had his opportunity to play with Cameron Simmons-Craig, Carter Stoutmire played very well. To the point where people was like, does Shiloh need to come back? Everybody was saying it. So don't act like y'all wasn't saying that or questioning whether Carter Stoutmire did not need to come out of the rotation because wheels were turning. So He's one of the better athletes on the team. Good size, good speed. Yes, can he be better at some things? And I believe there's some things that Coach Rob Livingston going to help him work on through the year. But I think that's going to be the breakout guy this year, man. For sure tackler. I've never seen a game with Carter Stoutmire in there and him miss a tackle.
Okay, I'm gonna send you 4 videos. So when we go,
I'm just saying, I've never seen it. Now,
I said I'm
beating
gonna show it to you. Then you come back next Thursday and say, "All right, man, I saw it."
Look,
I'm gonna send you 4 videos. I will show them now, but I ain't gonna do the kid like that. Mama told me lay off.
Beating coverage. I've seen him be beating coverage, but when it comes to him tackling, I've never seen him not put his hands on somebody and not bring him down to the ground. I haven't seen it from him. So to me, he's a for sure tackler. He get his hands on you, his arms on you, he gonna bring you down. I haven't seen that. People get juked and all of that stuff. That's a part of it. But I'm talking about he made contact with somebody and did not bring them down. We saw that several times with a lot of players last year. They'll put their arms around it, they make contact, but they bring the person down.
He got the answer right here to your question right there. Yeah. Go look at the BYU game and look at the first 4 plays.
I get it. He got beat in coverage.
I ain't talking about no beat.
I'll go back and look, but I didn't see it. Not him making a tackle, not him putting his arms around somebody and not bringing them down to the ground.
Once again, go watch the BYU game. It's the first 4 plays of the game. He in 3 of them.
I'll watch it.
But I ain't knocking your opinion. That's your opinion. That's what you think. You know?
Yeah.
I ain't knocking.
Carter Stoutmire gonna be the guy.
Okay.
I will say this. I think he should be the guy because he started as a freshman. He done went through a lot of the growing pains, and he should be a grown man. He a junior. It's like, oh, it's their time. They juniors, and they played. So he should definitely be better, more experienced. He's bigger. He should be more confident. He's big. He like a person who, you know, who really big as a kid, and they don't really realize it. They don't really realize their strength. I think that's what he is. But I think he's gonna do well. If it was my first thought, there you go. I think those 2 guys gonna be. I think Hughes, looking at him lift and look at him, he gonna be what Bentley probably could have, would have, wanted to, should have be. You know, I think he gonna be a guy who gonna hit, but probably a little more athletic, a lot more athletic. That he putting on that muscle. He's serious, and I think French, you know, they can be almost like a new law firm. You know,
right.
French and Hughes and French. They're a new law firm. But I love the linebackers, but I forgot about somebody that hit me. Who more than likely gonna be is that board?
Who?
It's safety. Buyer.
Yeah.
Oh, to keep a buyer.
Yeah.
Buyer is gonna be. He's gonna be that Silman Craig, disruptive honey badger type guy, and probably he a little bigger.
You see that big old linebacker in the weight room? The big old arm he got. Salter.
Yeah, Salt's gonna get in there.
Boy, is a big old boy.
Like I say, look. Everybody will talk about. Look at when we played BYU. How many linebackers are coming in out of there? They had that long linebacker that got the interception. It's like you couldn't keep up with them. When you play Georgia Tech, watch how many linebackers they play. They're going to play 4-5 linebackers. I watched him this past year with my cousin. He be on the field, off the field. He was starting linebacker. But at times he went out there. And it wasn't just for third down. It wasn't like we got this package. Like they rotated line. It had about 4-5, probably even 6 linebackers rotating throughout there. That's how you going to make it. You're going to need those new linebackers. You're going to need Salter. You're going to need Wester. And I don't know how JB going to get in there. But, I mean, I think one of them young boys going to get in there. I think Marquez Walker going to get in there. Goldberg, somebody going to get in there. It's going to be 4-5 linebackers. If they smart, they're going to play 4-5 linebackers. They ain't all got to play the same amount, but they're going to have to learn how to use their pieces. They ran out of depth last year, and we didn't have quality depth. Yeah, Trevor Woods in that depth. He was bigger, but he wasn't no true linebacker. You got a bunch of true linebackers in there. That's gonna make this defense a whole different type of defense. I know we're talking about the DBs, but they shouldn't even get into the DBs like that. They shouldn't even begin to stop mile like that. Them linebackers should be eating it up in the D line. So that's where we, the difference gonna be at. But I give Byard too.
Okay, that's a good take. Yeah, I'll be looking at them linebackers closer too. I think the linebackers, they make the team. Them the ones that can cover up the lacking of your defensive front. If they know how to read, because that's why they call them linebackers. You bag up the line. And it's with the addition of George Hilo on that defensive side of the coaching staff, I think this defense probably going to be the main ingredient for Colorado in 2025. But moving forward, let's talk about Coach Prime and Colorado football team had 4 players to be invited to the NFL Combine. That was Shedeur, Travis, who had Jimmy and LeJontay Webster. What y'all think about that? I was surprised that Shiloh didn't get an invite. I was surprised that BJ Green didn't get an invite. I was really surprised. Man, I seen Georgia, the University of Georgia got 15 players invited to the combine. I said, dog. They record just about like ours. I mean, they got 15, bro. I said, Lord. So what y'all think about that, man? What you think about that?
When
I only don't get into the combine thing.
Yeah.
I ain't in all of that, but I know a lot of people are. But still, when you look at it, and I can, boy, BJ Green, the season he had.
I mean, it be like that sometimes. A lot of the NFL teams, when you look at a lot of the players at the combine, it's just certain measurables that they hit when it comes to height and weight comparison and arm length and stuff like those NFL teams want to see that so they can measure all of that up front and compare them to each other. Because you got to think, if you're looking at, let's just take some random player off of Georgia and he a defensive end and he's 6'6", 260 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan. They want to bring other guys that look like that to see, like, all right, well, how do all the rest of these guys stack up against each other when it comes to these drills and things like that? So we know who we going after. So that's what the combine is about. Unfortunate for Shiloh, unfortunate for BJ Green, they still got their pro day to make things happen. A guy like Jimmy Horn with, blazing speed, we expect them to run fast. When it comes to receivers, you're going to see a lot of receivers in the same kind of mold. You'll have your ones that are the Will Shepherd heights, and then you'll have the ones that's the Jimmy Horn and LeJontay Webster heights, and they just want to see them run really fast so they can know, do we just need to pick some fast guys to put on our team and improve our speed across our depth chart in the NFL? For Shedeur, for Shedeur and Travis, I don't expect them to work out. I don't expect Shedeur to throw at the combine. Honestly, I mean, we talking about potential, number 1 pick. I don't expect him to throw. There's nothing he can do to improve his status at the combine. The same thing for Travis. I don't expect Travis to compete in the drills. I got enough tape. So you either want me or you don't at this point. Because if you go out there and you have let's say a lackluster performance, then that opens Pandora's box for all of these random writers to create whatever narrative they want to, devalue you. And that's what we don't want, because you're a professional now. I want you to get all your money. So, I expect LeJontay and Jimmy to go out there, do them drills, run, and look real good doing that. And for Travis and Shedeur, I expect them to just interview, and that's it. Be on TV a little bit, and that's it. Don't do a thing there. Wait till your pro day if you're gonna do anything.
Yeah, I think when you bring people like Jimmy there, you got to bring some of the faster people there, because combines come a lot about that run. somebody like BJ, the drills won't do much for him. I mean, doing those little field drills, and like you say, the measurable things won't benefit him. So he's not going to be drafted based off. He's not a good fit for a combine. Even a Shiloh is not a good fit for a combine. Like, it's not going to be his measurables. It's not going to be what he doing some drills. It's going to be, do he have a good fit for a team and things like that. I think they've already done what they could do when it comes to. Now, I will admit that I feel like it would have benefited them more. They left money on the table, like I said from the beginning, when they didn't make it to those conference championships and they didn't make it to the playoff like at Arizona. Like, they would have benefited being in that position at Arizona. They would have benefited. They would have moved it around because they had them in different brackets. But imagine if Colorado had a chance to be the team playing in Atlanta in the AAA Bowl. That would have been, the people would have been up the street trying to get in that game. So that kind of stuff would have definitely upped some people draft stock and maybe got a couple more people invited because you would have been on the bigger stage. You would have been playing, let's say all things were even, you would have been playing Texas. Those are the things that made the difference. So outside of that, I mean, nothing else they can do.
Yeah, you got a point there, Greg. I was thinking the same thing when it came out. I said, man, they didn't take advantage of what they had in front of them. That's why they didn't get that many in the playoffs. There it is right there. What's called that sign to? Let me get it done. Man, them guys had about 15 players got invited, man. I said, oh, Joy doing like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot
I
of
don't know how many
the
Georgia Tech. Greg, you know how many Georgia Tech got invited there?
It probably won't be a lot. It probably won't be a lot from them.
Man, for a team not to even win, man, the SEC.
That mean they had their eyes on these boys regardless. Like, Georgia attract a lot of guys who they already projecting to go pro out of high school.
Yep.
So they just got his main. Kind of how we have with Jordan Seaton. You already know he going.
Exactly. Like
that's
that combine
they have.
invite is stamped already for Jordan.
Yeah, he already going before he even signed. They already, wherever he went, he's already projected to be a top lineman before he even touched the field. That's amazing. Good thing he lived up to it. But that's the kind of guys you got at Georgia. Like, they already draft grading them in high school.
Yep.
You might have a point there, man. I was shocked. I was just shocked at it, man. But so where you think Shedeur gonna go?
If I was a betting man, if I was to put some money
Or
out
where would you
there,
like to see him at?
where I would like to see him, I would like to see him in like LA with the Rams, go there, sit behind Matthew Stafford for a year. What's his name? The coach there has a very quarterback friendly offense. When it comes to receiver, they got a good player personnel. They find, good people and develop them well. Like, look at Puka Nacua. Nobody knew about Puka Nacua, in college. And now boom, same thing, Cooper Kupp, boom, things like that. So that's somewhere I would like for him to go. I don't want him to come in and be thrown into like a Bryce Young situation where you got to be the guy. And you go out there and the team ain't got enough around you, and it don't look good on the field. So if I wanted him to go somewhere like LA, I think LA is vibes too, man. He money. I like that new song too, Life. If y'all ain't heard it, that boy got something cooking right there for sure. But that's somewhere I would like to see him go. But a team that will actually take him, the Giants. They starving for a quarterback. Starving. They so hungry. They foaming out the mouth, waiting for Shedeur, waiting for the draft so they can get him. So he'll end up in New York just based off of that. But I would like him to go to LA. I'd like him to go there, man. Sit for a year.
I think the Jets can try to move up between the connection with their head coach and Coach Brown. What about Travis? Greg, where you think Travis should go? Where you like Travis to go? That's a good point, though, Jay.
I don't. I see him going somewhere like the Titans for some reason. I could
The
just see
first
him
pick.
in a uniform, like this type of color, his little superhero looking outfit. I don't know much about the team, this the colors like the Avengers or somebody. You just see Travis and that.
Understand. I like
If
that.
somebody say that the Falcons may trade up, it'd be great for him to go to the Falcons. That would be the best place. I'm like my wish list, like JR with like the Rams. He ain't going no Rams. If I can have a wish list, it will be worth it for the for the. This what I think the Falcons need to do. They need to give away their quarterback to the Titans, Cousins, because they don't need both of them no more, and a bunch of players, and get Travis. And then let Travis come out here and be on the defense and with Penix and whatever. And no, I didn't say trade Penix. I said trade the quarterback they paid all the money to. Trade him. Do like a Russell Wilson situation. And get a type of quarterback and a bunch of picks and get Travis. That would be my wish list. And then Travis back in Atlanta. And it might be a good fit, as far as help the team. It's no need to waste one player. If one player ain't finna save your team, get yourself a quarterback, a super duper dominant defensive end or something, a good offensive left tackle or something. But you ain't got no pieces or the guy to get the ball to Travis, then don't waste him out there because he's not gonna be happy.
I agree with you on that. But when you look at I better not say that. People get in their feelings, man, if you said something crazy like this. I keep that to myself, though. But chat, if y'all got any question for the guys, let us know. We got about where we running at. Got about 5 more minutes. Y'all got a question for the chat? Let us know. What's going on, Lady C Speaks? My first time seeing you. Appreciate you for rocking with us tonight. May God bless you as well as your entire family at that. What's your expectation for the season, JL? What's your expectation for Colorado in 2025?
If anything, they better be doggone disciplined. I mean, be disciplined. If anything else, we don't need no dumb penalties and get off the field on third down. Now, outside of like winning Big 12 and all of that stuff, sure, that's great satire to say that. But God dog it, be disciplined. Be disciplined, get off the field on third down. If anything, that's what I want to see. But I more so want to see the discipline part. Although we, from year one of Coach Prime being there at Colorado to year 2, the penalties went down, but we still were like number 1 in penalties in the Big 12. Like we were still up there. Even though we went down significantly, we were still like number 1 in the Big 12. So I want to see the discipline improve because that hitting yardage in a game like that, that hurts as well. As amazing as Shedeur and Travis and all the rest of the guys were at winning those games, we still took a lot of penalties. So I want to see just more discipline overall from the team for sure.
I mean,
What expectation, Greg?
My expectation is a more balanced looking team. Save all the other talk. I mean, when you look at the fact that you should have more running, your quarterback should be more balanced in this conference and the style of quarterback now. I think the linebacker core should complement the defensive line. The secondary should be solid. It should look more like a cohesive team. Because sometimes when we watched them, it was like, what do they call it? Dr. Heckle. Yeah, it's like, it was sad. I know my mom come watch the game and we say, we don't know who's going to show up. That's not a good feeling. Not only you playing all them 10 o'clock games, but it's like you cut the game. Doggone hell, that nonsense today. Like you just come watch the game and they can come and just stink up the field. Just start off slow for a whole half. It was very inconsistent. The offense played good this game. The defense played good that game. It was just traumatizing in a lot of ways. Entertaining at times, but it became more traumatizing, entertaining at times. I expect to see something that you know what you're going to get, consistency in play, because it ain't about a show. It ain't about the stars as much as because nobody got the stars yet. They may get the stars later, but they ain't got the stars yet. So that's what I'm expecting to see.
Got a question there, JR. Isaiah said, who y'all think Coach Prime gonna hire to help Sap with the D line? Who y'all think? Look like Steve Wooden said Leon Lett will be nice.
Man, I mean Leon Lett, John Randall, shoot. I mean, you throw out a name and we'll take them. Bruce Smith. Man, what's the one guy that just Jared Allen? Didn't he just go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame? When he an inductee this year or a selectee?
Lawrence Taylor.
Call him up, man. Coach Prime got a Rolodex a mile long. Just Google gold jacket wear, grab somebody. You know, if that's what you.
He might act the fool with it for real because he already got Sap there, so he might as well just go crazy with it just to break the internet. Just because you left, I'm just gonna show out. Since y'all gonna play me because I lost a coach, okay, I'm gonna show you when I lose a coach how I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I can tell you, it's gonna be
It might as well.
It is. It's gonna break the internet.
It makes sense because he said, "I'm gonna show y'all."
One of them defensive linemen he was playing with during the Ravens at the end of his career when they had that team. Go get one of them guys. Bring him down there.
Trust me, he getting one.
He got a list, man. I mean, he didn't ever play good football. The only sorry team he was on with the Falcons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to think about it.
You right about that.
Different Super Bowl teams. So you got to think about it. And then he played a little bit at Washington.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah, he got a list.
And then he was an analyst for years.
Yep.
He can lose a coach every year if he want to.
Oh, he can. Yeah, you're right.
In any position.
I got two people who I would like him to get, but it's on him. This guy right here. Shit. Boy, that was a bad dude. And he got his own academy. Stay in Atlanta. He played with Prime. Chuck Smith. He's right now coaching at Baltimore. And Chuck Smith will be a good. Yep. He played with Prime. He coaching right now for the Baltimore Ravens, but I think it's gonna be Marvin Lewis. I just got a feeling that way it's gonna go. We'll see.
Marvin Lewis, huh? Okay.
Yep. That's what I'm hearing. So I don't know. We'll see. That's my thing. Hey, that's the show for tonight. That's all I got. If y'all got anything, JR?
Nah, that's it. Just appreciate the people, even though they try to throw me in the portal. God, dog, man. Like, what I do to y'all, man? Why they do me like that, Greg?
No, your uncle put you in the portal.
I mean, come on, Uncle Steve. Golly.
Yeah, he put you in there, buddy.
Boy, in the portal, man.
He told. That's the first thing I said. The first thing I saw, I said, dog. Then my boy tried to put my boy in the Big Barnes in the portal. I wouldn't be what? I hope your boy go in the portal. Barnes. I said, what y'all?
Salute to the people. Hey, if you got your loved one tomorrow, rub up on them, kiss them up, real extra and all of that stuff. Show some love to somebody. But you do it every day, but tomorrow, do it extra tomorrow. Do it over the top tomorrow. But yeah, because that's what I'm doing. I took off work to be with my old lady tomorrow. So
golly, you took off work.
We doing it, we doing it big, man. I had to close out.
I did the same thing, buddy. I know one thing, no flowers keep going up every year. They hit 125 now.
I'm just saying. Garden in the backyard.
I'm gonna just get the vase. I'm gonna just get the vase and say, I wish
I
could afford to get you the flowers, but
I should have went and drove my own. That's 125. I said, dog. Last year was 80.
Yo.
I got the same kind every year. But anyway, hey, give him your last word, JR, and we'll go around the horn with Greg.
Nah, salute to the people, man. Shout out. Hey, thank y'all for rocking out with us, man. Again, salute to you, B. Watts, everybody in the chat. Appreciate it.
Greg?
All right. I don't know why my screen keep going dark. The light. What in the world?
Yeah, I can't hardly see you, bro.
It was just light. I don't know what make it go dark. What make it go light?
I thought you turned out the light. I said, damn, Greg, I turned out the
I
light.
look up 1 minute it's dark. I look up 1 minute it's light. What's going on?
Now it's a nighttime buffs. That's what you're doing. Nighttime buffs. I see.
Y'all better get rid of the nighttime buff. That's what I don't want to see this year. This, you know, we got the Greg said it. Make sure y'all check out the channel hashtag Greg said it show here. We here Thursday. We do a little live on Sunday. Got some videos throughout the week. So make sure if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. This thing is getting real interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So we're just gonna ride this thing out. We're gonna do like last year and B Watts. We ain't gonna rush the all season because you know what it is. You know
no, don't rush because that season went by so fast, man. Y'all plan on going to a game this year? I'm going there first.
I'm in there for about 5 games. My retirement will be in. Ooh, I'm gonna be good and relaxed, baby.
I said the same thing, Joe. I said, by that season start, I ain't working no more. I'm retired once. I ain't working no more after May. When May hit, it's over. I ain't doing that.
So you finna quit too?
Huh?
You finna quit in May too?
I already know I retired from the state. I just started back working when I retired, about 2 years. Man, I'm tired of getting up every day, even though they don't work with me. Cause I got tired of going in on working them long hours. They just told me you can do 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 12 hours a day. So I'm doing that now. I know she listens. She always listens to supervisor. May 1st. I already know she listens. May 1st is it. I ain't doing nothing.
Why don't we just buy our own warehouse? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that'll be a good. Hey, that's something. Hey, I know 2 is available. JR, let's go do it, JR.
I got the funding for it. You know what I'm saying? I got the business fund. We go ahead and buy that thing, put an Amazon Flex in there, and then we
put anything in there.
Let me know.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down, bro. I'm down.
Let's talk numbers then.
We can always retire then.
Huh?
We can be good and retire.
I know, man. I know 2 warehouses open right now.
Facility. Everywhere you know is an Amazon facility. We need to go ahead and get it.
I can read up on Amazon though, Greg.
They got a lot of Amazon. Every doggone 5 miles, you got an Amazon facility. You know, what they call e-commerce facilities. Because that's how your stuff get there so quick. The stuff already be these little warehouses. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I like my job. I like the people I work with. I'm just tired of getting up going 4 o'clock in the morning to 4 in the evening. That tired.
All right, we're gonna get our own, and we're gonna put another B Watts in there and work it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. May 1st is over.
Yep, I did my time. It's time for a break. I'm taking summer all the way through the fall, and then 2026 I'll be back out there because I'm still young in the game. But I was like, this first retirement gonna feel real good. Real good.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you're right. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Greg, I'll be checking y'all. I always catch a rerun. I might want to see it on Sunday. I'll be in the church. I think you'll change the time. You came on early last Sunday, didn't you?
No, regular. I just be in out 30 minutes. JR. I
know I did see.
JR.
Oh, you can do it 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. I get in and out. You know, I say I'm gonna do a little something different, make freshen up for the off season. So yeah, be in and out there. I won't be out there too long on Sunday. So I'll just get them in.
Right. Yeah, the off season.
I walk out the church. As soon as I get out of church.
That's why I was listening for him when I was coming out. I said, Greg didn't come on. I said, Greg didn't come on.
I get the notification. I'll be in church.
I'll be here to the finance room. I said, let me see what Greg is. So everybody get it.
On that, man. YouTube is hating, man. I'm gonna have a conversation with YouTube. They've been messing with my stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night, man. Good weekend.
All right, though.
All right. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all.